And here we go. Camp version part 1.
Of 3.
No, we don't
Maybe
know.
3.
Possibly 3 or 20.
Maybe 5.
And my coffee cup lid just popped off. Rachel,
no.
what are we talking about today?
We are going to go over a few of the basic things you need to know about camp, just the general stuff that we're looking to cover. So
We're not going to do it all in this video, so
No.
don't get frustrated.
yeah, but you can take notes if you want to.
Right. You can, or you can email us any questions you have.
Well, number one, we do end up giving out this thing called a parent pack, and that's kind of what we're going off of.
You get that in an email.
You'll get it in an email, and then there's some you can pick up at the student center the day of check-in.
Correct.
So that will be kind of like your little helper parents.
And so Betsy Kelman, shout out to Betsy.
Yeah.
She's the one who's organizing a lot of the office stuff for this. But she'll send out a parent pack probably in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Check your phones.
Check your phone, check your email. Very important that you have an email. You should be getting emails already.
Yes.
Because this is how we're going to connect with you for the next few weeks before camp. And the actual dates of camp are
June 19th through the 23rd.
June 19th. That's a Monday
Through a Friday.
through a Friday. So where do we go for camp? Where's the actual location?
It is Charleston Southern University.
That's my alma mater.
It's not in Charleston, actually. It's in Somerville, right?
No, it's actually in Ladson, North
Oh.
Charleston.
So it's around Charleston.
But
But it's a Christian university, college campus that we stay on.
Yes.
So your students kind of stay in the dorm rooms there. And there's some of them are connected and all that. We stay on a hallway.
yes, and one of the things your students who went last year will tell you is the best food in camp they've had.
Oh, yes.
Food's great.
It is very good.
The dorm rooms are great. The dorm rooms are set up. We can talk about that, I guess. Dorm rooms are set up. There's 2 rooms divided by a bathroom. So total of about 6+ people staying in a suite.
Yep.
So 2 or 3 per room, and there's a bathroom in the middle. That's kind of the setup of the room. It's room setup.
Room setups.
Yep.
And the campus is kind of big, but it's not, really a lot of hills, so it's kind of flat, so it's not too bad to walk.
So when you think of a university, don't think of UNCC or UNC
No,
Chapel
it's not that
Hill.
big.
No, it's a smaller Christian college, but it's not dinky. That's the word. Is that
Yeah.
the word dinky?
No, it's nice.
Tim doesn't know what the word dinky means. That means teeny weeny.
Drab.
Donkey? Yeah, it's no donkeys on campus. Now, when I went to school there,
There's some alligators.
there's some gators. They don't have that. So.
No. So no donkeys there. So the campus is kind of, spread out, but it's not a huge campus, so you can easily find your way around after you're there, for the first day.
Yep.
Main places we'll be going is like the dining hall,
Yep.
the dorm rooms where
Yep.
you're staying, and then the chapel,
Yep,
which
which is
is
a big building.
where we'll have our morning session, like morning gatherings, campus-wide, and nightly worship times. And that's a really nice place to
And
go.
if you want to see the campus, they have Charleston Southern University, which is in South Carolina, by the way. Because if you type csu.org, you might get California something, whatever.
We're
I
not
think
going
that's
there.
where Kathy Seibel graduated. But if you type Charleston Southern University, you can take a virtual tour of the campus, and you can see the chapel, you can see the dorm rooms, you can see the cafeteria. I'd recommend you do that. Just that way,
Yes.
you and your student can kind of get an idea of what the campus is going to look like.
And let's see what else.
And I might even put a link below.
That's a good idea. And there's also some other facilities on campus we'll be using. There's like a swimming pool.
Yep.
There's a gymnasium that they use for rec time, and
Huge
some
rec
of their
field with all kind of stuff.
and your students will be going to these little classes as well as their Bible studies. So they will be in some of the rooms there on campus.
We'll talk more about those on the schedule.
And they usually learn their Bible study leader room on the first day they're there. So they will
So
be.
why do we go to Summersalt? What's the good thing about Summersalt? Tim, what did you like about Summersalt?
Summersalt was great because of the worship.
Oh, I love it.
Big, I guess, it's not a studio, obviously.
Auditorium.
Big auditorium. Yep.
Yeah, where
Studio.
they have sound, you have music, you have sermons, a whole bunch of different preachers coming through, good reputation, and talk about Christ. And that's all you need.
It's good stuff. Their
Yep.
big group gathering is their worship time in the mornings and the evenings are really fantastic.
They are.
And the cool thing about them is there's a sermon, there's music, but there's also a drama all week long that the students get really connected to. It's really kind of cool. And they work that in through the message. It's really creative.
And it kind of, yeah, and I do like that part about it because that's different than any other camp we've been to. My favorite thing about Summer Salt, because we've been there more years than any other camp,
Yep.
is that they really do, they don't kind of dilly-dally. They most of the time you're there is spent in the Word or in your Bible study or, talking about the Scripture, and I think that's valuable because we go to camp to have fun,
Right.
and being in the Word is fun.
Yep.
But there's not too much free time to just wander about and waste time. It's used very wisely there, and I like that.
We're not big advocates in Tribe on taking your students off campus and having a lot of free time for camp. We want them to be connected and discipled and have a lot of intentional time on campus, and that's what Summer Salt Camp is, which is why we pick it. I love the leaders, the college students and the adults that lead Summer Salt are incredible. Now we take leaders with us,
Yes.
and they're also going to be connecting with your students. But the camp itself, they have a staff of people made up of Christian students who are in college and other adults that run the Bible studies. They do all the music, they do the teaching time, they do the rec, and they're totally involved with our students all week long.
Yes.
And just to let you know, in case you didn't know this, we're not the only church that goes to this camp. So there's probably a total of about 500, 600 students that are at camp, and we're one of the groups that are there.
We're
So-
probably one of the larger groups there.
Yes, we are.
But your student will have the opportunity to be in Bible study groups with other students from other churches.
That's correct.
And that's kind of a good thing about camp too, is you get to make new friends and meet new people too.
So now some details.
What you should bring.
What you should bring. Number one, I'm just going to go ahead and say this so Rachel doesn't get blamed for it. I think it was my idea
What?
to be the bad guy about packing. Because I think Rachel was like, no, be nicer. And I was like, no.
I don't know.
This is the hardcore. We need for your student to pack everything they need for camp in one large suitcase. Now, it's going to have to be a big suitcase because your students have to pack their clothes, shoes, bedding, pillow, etc. Everything in one large suitcase. But they can also carry on like a book bag.
Yes.
But everything needs to fit in there. So basically, one huge bag to pack on the shuttle bus that
Yes.
we pack all the luggage in, and then one backpack to carry. That's all the room they have to take stuff.
Yes.
So they need to think about that before. So
if you need to start packing now to
Do
weed out
it.
what you do and don't need.
yeah. So here's what you're not supposed to do. Don't pack a big suitcase and then another bag for the pillow and the sleeping bag. No. Everything needs to go in that one suitcase. That just makes
Yes.
it easier to pack, makes it easier to keep up with, makes it easier for Tim so he doesn't blow
To
a
load twice
gasket.
as much.
And so that just helps us a lot. So please, so just letting you know.
And also put your name on your suitcase.
That wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, if you could put a
Because
luggage
last
tag
year,
on there.
A lot of
Yes.
people were getting mad at me saying, "Oh, I can't find
I
this
like
suitcase."
that.
And
Well-
I was like, "It's out there."
What was
Yeah.
funny too is last year when we got back, some people took the wrong luggage home
It was.
and they had to bring it back and switch with someone.
And they wore other people's clothes for a year. Just kidding, they didn't do that. Now, I will say this: there is something you're not supposed to bring to camp. Who wants to be
Here's the
bad?
golden rule.
Technology.
You cannot bring a cell phone.
A phone.
You cannot bring any.
Nintendos.
You can't bring video games.
Xbox.
Nothing.
None of that stuff. We want your student to unplug. Now, if you're thinking, how will I get in touch with your student? However, the leaders, we will have our cell phones.
Yes, of
You will
course.
have access to our cell numbers. So if there's an emergency and you need to contact us, we'll get in touch with your student. But
Yes.
And if your student needs you, there will be adults around all the time. We will quickly get in touch with you.
Yes.
So you don't need to worry about
We
it.
have all that information when you sign up for camp. And we also post on Instagram a lot
Yes.
while we're at camp, and that's a good way to check in. We do a group picture every morning and every evening. So you can zoom in, look for your student there. If you don't want to, check in with them like
Sure. If
talking
you
to
want,
them on
if
the
you
phone.
want to see how many camp pictures we put, if you don't follow us on Instagram, what's our Instagram handle? I don't even
It's
know.
tribe.fbcit.
Yeah. Tribe.fbcit. If you want to know how many
All lowercase.
Yep. If you want to know how many pictures we post during camp, go to our Instagram page and just look.
That's basically all we post for most of the time.
Basically it, but it's thousands of pictures. It's
Yes.
so crazy. And just to let you know, because when you fill out your paperwork and your permission slip, one of the things we ask is if you give us permission to take pictures of your students, and that'd be great.
Yep, and we post them, and so everyone can look through them, see them.
I can see all the good stuff.
Some
So
of your students who do have Instagram look back at them after we get back from camp, and they have
Yes.
little memories too. So
it's fantastic. So yeah, so that's what's going on. But we're going to meet what day? So the 19th of June is our date.
yes.
What time are we meeting?
You need to be in the student center to
Please.
check in at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yes.
because that'll give you time to drop your luggage off, get your student in to meet their leader, get signed in, but check-in is at 9.
Yes. So do not bring any cell phones, electronics, obviously no weapons or fireworks.
Please, none, don't do that. Don't do that. That means don't bring a knife.
For the bedding, just to look back, you need either twin extra large sheets because they're extra long. Sorry,
Extra
not extra
long.
large. Extra long because it's the college campus mattresses are long.
I didn't realize that. That's true.
So
I messed up.
you can go to Ollie's if you've never been to Ollie's Bargain Outlet. They have
Ollie's!
sheets there. So
They sponsored this episode.
they do. And please, if you have a Bible, please bring it with you.
Bible, yes. We supply you with a notebook.
Yes, we will give you a notebook, but please bring your Bible. All the ones on our little shelf in the youth room are
Are gone.
getting a little rough looking. So
But I'm glad you said that. So bring a sleeping bag.
yes,
Sleeping bag's fine.
it's a little toasty.
Yep, but bring something like that. That's you don't want to do the sheets, but you need to bring. Of course, you'll have to bring towels. You'll have to bring all the stuff for showers, all that stuff, because camp doesn't supply that.
Yes,
So just to let you know
they do supply toilet paper.
that. They do supply toilet paper, and it's very regular toilet paper. To let you know. Don't get your hopes up.
Plain Jane.
It's just toilet paper,
Not soft.
not the soft, cloudy kind, which I'm not a big fan of. Anyway. All right, go ahead.
One other thing, just when themes of packing is,
Yes.
dress modestly.
Yes.
That's something we strive for at camp. So no, do we
Modest.
allow tank tops?
What is a tank top?
Well,
Or like a basketball
can
shirt?
guys wear the tank tops? Like the thick,
White beat?
wide? No, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Did we do that last year?
I know we don't. We ask that you do wear a one-piece swimsuit
Or
a
a
tank
modest tankini
that covers your stomach.
if you go swimming.
Yes, if you go swimming, you don't have to. I don't think.
Yep.
Yes.
I recommend that if it's a tank top, it be a tank top that's wide, or just wear t-shirts. But anything like if it's like a tank top that I guess the ladies wear with the string things.
Yeah, no
You can wear,
spaghetti stuff.
you can wear those at night, but you can't wear those out. So, modest is hottest. If you have any questions, you can ask us about that. That'd be super cool. But you'll also see that on the parent pack about our dress code. And this is a dress code that's given to us by the camp. So just to let you know that we want to honor them and what they ask. So, anything else before we wrap up session part 1? What else?
I think that was about it. There is things you can buy on campus there. There is a
Yes.
snack shack.
Yep.
And
So you're talking about spending money. What kind of
yes,
money
so that was something else they could bring as spending money.
Because you can buy. They have also a somersault shop. You can buy T-shirts, sunglasses, little stuff like that. Yeah.
Do they have an offering there? Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
I'm not
I don't
sure
think
if
they
they
did
did
last
last year.
But so they can bring some spending money to buy on stuff on campus there. We don't tend to stop on the way to buy stuff,
Yeah.
but there is things on campus. So if
On
you want,
campus.
it's your call. If you want your student to be able to buy a T-shirt or glasses or buy milkshakes at the stuff like that, you can send them with some extra money. But they have to keep up with their money.
Yes.
They need to be, and so help them understand how to do that if your student doesn't do that well. Seriously. All right, so that makes sense.
Yes.
And then finally, the last thing we talk about is if your student takes medicine,
Yes. Medicine.
we will be able, you'll have a little card that you can fill out. If your student can handle their own medicine, that's perfect. We just like to know what medicine is on campus. But one thing we would ask for you to do is if your student might need ibuprofen aspirin or,
Tylenol.
or Tylenol.
Benadryl.
Yeah, don't pack that because we take that with us. You don't need to pack that. If your student needs that, they can come to their leader and we will supply that. That way we're not just, you don't have to worry about packing all that stuff. We have that there. And so that would be fantastic. But you'll get a medication card. And if your student can handle it themselves, great. If there's a little help needed, we just need to know so that we can help out with that as well.
Yes.
Right, is there anything else to wrap up?
I think that's it for general stuff.
And if you're still hanging on after 16 minutes, we plan to do, this is session 1, we'll do one next week. We'll send that to you as well. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to email us and let us know. But this is how we want to inform our parents and some of you students as well about camp. So hopefully you're praying for it. Hopefully you're looking forward to it, because we are. It's going to be fantastic.
We have one more thing.
One more thing.
If you're not signed up for text alerts, parents, please sign up for text alerts before you go to camp. That's how we'll communicate when we arrive there,
Yep.
when we're heading back,
Yep.
if we hit traffic on the way back, and
Yep.
if it's delayed or anything
We'll
like
probably
that.
even
So,
post this video on Text Alert saying, check out our tribe camp video thing. We'll make a really long sentence, an annoying title for you. So with that said, Rachel, say bye. Tim, say bye.
See ya.
Looking forward to summer song.